To begin, I would like to read a poem. I awake to another day of neglect. No food, no water. I am just skin and bones. Why do you do this to me? Did I do something wrong? One day, strangers came to my home. Who are you? Where are you taking me? This place is nicer than the old one. Food, water, comfortable living. Thank you. More people come to see me at my new place. They talk of adoption. What is adoption? I was taken to a family's home. Food, water, big yard, people to play with, love, comfortable living. It's so much nicer than my original owner's home. What is adoption? A second chance of happiness. That was a poem I wrote in the perspective of an animal up for adoption. Many animals up for adoption in local shelters need a new home, a second chance of happiness, because they come from places of neglect and abuse. So my goal here was to raise awareness of this issue. Eventually this screen will pop up, but I want to take a trip back in time over this year. I wanted to discuss what I did during the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Okay. So during the first quarter, I created Animal Lovers Club. I created this club to give animal lovers a chance. We got it. Yeah, all right. So I created this club to give animal lovers in the school a chance to come together, talk about various animals, and get to know each other, get to know different people, different animals, their habitats. And I also planned interviews to interview some people, and I planned on having an adoption event as well. This is an Animal Lover Club flyer. I created this flyer to help advertise for my club. Before starting my club, I actually had a list that I set up. I wanted to see who was actually interested in the club and thought it would be a good idea. So I went around to each and every class and asked people, do they think this club would be a good idea, a good addition to EKA? I got over 20 people to sign the flyer, or the form rather. I thought this was a good start, so I had another one. I had a sign-up sheet. I went around to different classes again. I had more than 20 people as well. So I got this flyer approved by Ms. Madsen and Mr. Kyer. I put some around the school, as well as some went out over email. And the first meeting went rather well. The 20 people plus people that signed up didn't all show up, but it, but it went rather well. There was about 9 people who actually showed up to the actual first meeting. For this first meeting, I actually thought it would be a good idea to set some ground rules. Some rules we came up with was to be respectful not only to the other club members, but to the animals that may come to visit, because we were planning on having animal guests come in, and the owners would share their stories of the adoption they went through. Another rule is be kind to others, have fun, love animals. Don't say you're bored or this is boring. That's a Webster's classroom rule. I thought I would integrate that into my club. And don't talk when others are talking. I thought that needed to be a rule, so I put that there. I planned multiple interviews. I wasn't just interviewing anybody. I wanted to interview people who have went through the adoption process, who have adopted a pet, and to see how they felt about it. Because I personally do not have a pet. I have not gone through the adoption process. So I wanted to learn how they felt, how their animal felt as well through the adoption process. So multiple people were actually willing to have me interview them, which was a great start. So I had this big vision for my adoption event. I actually, at the beginning of the school year, I wanted to have an adoption event at the end of each semester. That didn't happen, but I'll explain further. My adoption event, I was thinking I would have something like, if you guys seen in front of PetSmart, they're standing in front of there, up for pets up for adoption. So I was thinking I would have an event like that. During the second quarter, I continued having club meetings. I had a supply/fund drive for the NSPCA. I continued conducting interviews, and I continued planning my adoption event. So as I was saying, I was continue planning my adoption event. I got in contact with the NSPCA. During that time, this is quarter two, remind you, this is getting close to winter break during Christmas time. I came to them asking if I could have their help with the adoption event. They said this time of the year is bad for them because they're low on volunteers due to the holiday season, as well as supplies. So they gave me another idea to have a supply/fund drive for them. So I began the process with this. I created donation boxes that usually sit over there during that time, and I had this go on for a week. Didn't turn out as well as I thought it would at the beginning. Very little was donated. Not saying I'm ungrateful for the people who did donate. Thank you, by the way. But it wasn't what I expected. So, like I said, the adoption event process was put on hold, but I kept trying. I asked them if I could replan it for another time, around April timeframe. They said that should be fine. During quarter three, we're just coming back from winter break, I continued having Animal Lovers Club meetings. I had another supply/fund drive event. I worked with art classes, and I did interviews, and I kept planning the adoption event. So as you can see from the picture here, there's a lot more items in the boxes than it was before. This time I had the event for 2 weeks, running for 2 weeks. This, I felt that having it for a longer time would give people a better chance to actually get their parents okay, to bring in items and everything that they need for the event. I guess I was right. There was more items into the box, and it turned out well. On top of the supply/fund drive, I worked with the art classes to create animal toys. We made them out of t-shirts, actually. It was rather tedious, but we got the job done. After the event was over, we donated all the supplies to the NSPCA shelter. So at this point, it was getting crunch time. It was getting closer to April. I was not making any headway. I was talking to PetSmart, trying to get things arranged to be in front of their store off of Stephanie. That wasn't working out. I kept calling corporate offices, but I never gave up, but it was a very long process. During quarter four, I had animalgrams. I continued my club meeting and the Petapalooza event that I had. So these are the animalgrams that I had going on. Similar to our friendship grams we have annually here. The card only to send to a friend was only $1. A card and a stuffed animal was $2. And all the proceeds went towards the Animal Foundation, were actually donated to the Animal Foundation. I'll read these cards to you. The one with the fluffy cat on the end says, "Cats and other animals like this deserve to be loved just as much as I love you." The other cat one says, "Just pondering over how much I love you and the springtime. I'm so happy you adopted me as your friend." The bottom one, "Springtime plus the amount of love I have for you multiplied by the amount of pets ready for adoption right now in Las Vegas equals too much joy even to comprehend. And the last one, the seasons may change, but our friendship never does. So, as you know, I was planning the adoption event. I contacted Ms. Matson for help. I was like, I'm not making much headway with this. I need your help. I need a location for the adoption event. She said we could use this campus. So I was like, great. NSPCA said we need to backpedal on this. We're not ready. So I got in contact with the Animal Foundation. The Animal Foundation was more than happy to help me with this. So I began the process of making flyers for the event. I had announcements going on as it went closer to the event date. And I got items prepared for the event, as well as got much help from administration. So for those who are actually bringing in their pet for the event, I created an RSVP form. This form was to make sure that the owners of the pets made sure that the pets were leashed, caged, or watched by their owner at all times. And I'll read this flyer to you, actually. Parents, guardians of EKA students. EKA's first ever Petapalooza will be taking place on Friday, April 29th. This event will take place from 4:30 p.m. through 6 p.m. During this event, many activities will be available for families and their pets, which include meeting new animals and people, a drawing, a pet parade, a photo booth, coloring opportunities, and adoption opportunities. If you and your family will be attending the event, please fill out this form and return it to the front office. All forms must be in no later than Friday, April 22nd. And this is the flyer I had go out over email several times, actually. It was to help advertise for the event, get people to know what's going on, what will happen at the event. All right, the day arrived of Petapalooza. A lot of people showed up. There was a lot of traffic going on, a lot of stress for me. But it turned out well. Some things I had prepared, I was going to actually have name tags for the pets that actually showed up. But I was unable to complete this effort. So my lovely assistants helped me out by writing numbers on various goodie bags. Thank you, by the way. And it turned out pretty well. We had fun. We had a pet parade. We had a photo booth that was there. We had a coloring contest as well as Best in Show winner at the pet parade. As you can see, Miss Matson with her bird, as well as me. As I was saying, I conducted interviews. I interviewed some people, and these stories actually stuck out in my mind. I will read you their stories. So Diesel is the white pit bull at the top. Diesel was adopted at the age of 3 months, who was actually found in a drug sting. He was adopted by Simon to be a good companion for Ryan, who has muscular dystrophy and is on a ventilator. So I thought his story was touching as well. And Bailey, the Labradoodle at the bottom, she was found beaten by her owner with mental disease at the age of 1 and was not expected to survive. But now she is healthy and loved by a handicapped elderly male who adores her. And the final fluffy white dog over here, Sophia. Anna Gornett, this is actually her dog. She actually allowed me to share her story. So I wanted a dog at the age of 8. We went to Lead Non-Kill Animal Shelter and started searching for dogs. I wanted a small companion since I wanted a small companion to carry around. My father wanted a hunting dog. Then as my father really wanted a certain big dog, my heart melted when I saw a cute, small, fluffy white dog in a cage with chihuahuas. She was skinny, and and I stuck my hand through the cage. She did not bite me. She just licked. Sadly, my mom had to yell at my dad saying the dog was for me and not for him. Then we almost could not even rescue Sophia because they surveyed how we would care for the dog when they asked how we would discipline the dog. My dad said the truth and said that we would spank her. Okay. The lady gasped and looked like she was going to faint. Her name at the shelter was originally Sweet Pea, but I acknowledged her with her name, Sophia, and she was two at the time, and it's been 6 years. So I learned that adoption not only makes the pet happy, it makes the owner happy as well and changes their life. It gives them a second chance at happiness. So what I've learned during the course of my project is that I learned how to prioritize my time better. In the beginning, I would put things off because I had like 10,000 things going on. So I would have to figure out what needed to be done first. So it helped me learn how to prioritize my time better. I also learned that I need to ask for help when needed. I have a big pride issue, as some of you may know. So I learned that I need to ask for help. I also would like to thank the Academy for along with thanking the Academy, I would like to thank Mr. Webster for giving me all this knowledge through the years. I've been in his advisory for a very long time, and he's taught me a lot. I would like to thank my family.
Go Dominique!
Love you too. I would like to thank my family for all they've done for me. I know it can be a pain in the butt, but thank you for sticking by me and always being by my side. I would also like to thank Ms. Matson, Ms. Lori, and Ms. Hope for helping me in the Petapalooza. Also the Animal Foundation, the NSPCA, and the senior class for supporting me through this whole year. And I would like to thank everyone else who supported me and helped me through this whole project process. Thank you so much. And I would like to give you a round of applause. So thank you for watching this presentation.